Hi everyone and welcome to One Six Figure Focus, and in this video I'm going to outline my experience to date with the Hong Kong based reseller Toys Wonderland. Let's get started. So if you're watching this video right now, chances are you're a 1/6 scale collector and chances are you've heard of the Hong Kong based reseller Toys Wonderland. So they're not an official distributor. What I mean by that is Sideshow are the official distributor of hot toys for Europe and North America. So like they don't make hot toys, they're a completely separate company, but they have the license to distribute or sell 1/6 hot toys and quarter scale hot toys and hot toys products to Europe and North America. And they also sell to kind of smaller retailers officially in America and other places so that they can sell them on. Now what a reseller is basically they go and they pre-order the products in Hong Kong, and then when they're released they resell them. So it's kind of like it's just basically kind of similar to as if I was to buy a figure and then eventually in a year's time, whatever, resell it onto someone, only they're making an actual business of it. Now, the reason I am doing this video is, look, I got my first hot toy in 2009, but in the last few years, since maybe 2017, 18, I've definitely got heavier into it, and I've seen a lot of people kind of hating on Toys Wonderland. So the first thing I want to basically throw out there crystal clear, this video is not an endorsement for Toys Wonderland, but I'm also not going to trash them for 20 minutes. I have bought off them a lot, so I have a lot of experience dealing with them. I'll go through official numbers later on in this video, but I wanted to kind of put across a very balanced and objective view on my experiences with them. So I'm going to give the pros and the cons, because they're definitely not perfect, but at the same time, you know, if you know when to buy from them, and I'll outline the 3 occasions I actually use to buy off them. If you know when to buy off them, basically there are prices and deals to be got. So the first thing I'm going to do is, like this video as well, this is basically, I'm not going to re-edit this or anything. I'm going to do 3 basic takes because my video can, my camera can only record 10 minutes at a time. So I'm going to do 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, but I'm not going to do any re-edits, but I've taken some notes on my phone. So for the first kind of part really is I want to outline why am I making this video. And I've already outlined that. Basically, I want to offer a balanced, unbiased opinion, offering the pros and cons of them because they're very emotive and safe to say kind of divisive, when you mention them in streams or videos, people get very emotional because a lot of people have had bad experience with them. But then at the same time, a lot of people have, bought troopers off them for like half nothing. So they're kind of, they come with a bit of controversy sometimes. So I just want to outline first of all, how I buy. So if you've been following my channel, by the way, if you're watching this now and you're not subscribed, maybe you consider it if you like the content. If you don't, fair enough. And if you do, hit that subscribe button. It's free. So how I buy is I have no loyalty to any particular reseller or distributor. I use a lot of the different distributors. I bought from Sideshow, I bought from Toys Wonderland, I bought from Lion Rock Toys, I've bought from Toys Buying Agent, I bought from eBay, Done Deal, loads of different places, buy, sell, trade groups. But how I do things is I have all those tabs open on my laptop. I've got Sideshow, Toys Buying Agent, Lion Rock Toys, all those tabs there. And if I want something, I will go on, I will check the price of the item, I'll factor in the shipping they're offering, or if they offer free shipping. Do I have any points to them? Are they doing any sales? Do I have any discounts? And if they are the type of company that mark down values, that I don't get stung for import charges. So I'm living in Ireland, so basically if I want to get a trooper from Sideshow, there's the price of the trooper. There's 40, actually now $50. I got Snowspeeder Luke in today. $50 it cost me to import to shipping. That doesn't include the import taxes because I'm living in Ireland. So 30% is about what I get charged for my import charges or customs duty, import tax basically. So that's 30% on the price of the figure and whatever I pay DHL to ship it. So if there's some resellers out there who mark values down, I don't get stung for that big cost. So I cross-check everything, the price of the figure, the shipping, if they're the customs I'm going to be paying, and then factor in, do I have any points available to get the price down cheaper? They're doing a sale, discount. That's how I buy. So I have no loyalty to any of these companies. I want the products delivered to me brand new for the cheapest. That's how I buy. So in conclusion, I shop around for the best price, factoring in worldwide shipping and customs and everything like that. So everything you hear in this video, these are facts. This is not secondhand information. I haven't got this from a, my friend of a friend of a friend experience. I haven't read this on a Facebook post. I haven't seen it on a live stream. These are all facts based on my own experience, and I'm going to give you the positive and I'm going to give you the negative, and then you can make up your own mind, because it's good that you have all the facts, really. Definitely not an endorsement, but I'm not going to trash them for like 20 minutes. So right, so just again taking some notes on my phone. So how often do I use them? So I think it's very important. I've kind of shown you how I kind of explained to you how I go about buying hot toys and searching for the best deal and all that, and having no loyalty to any particular company. I'll buy from Sideshow one day, Toys Wonderland another day, Toys Buying Agent another day, eBay another day, buy, sell, trade, depending on the item I want and what it's going for and stuff like that. So there's 3 occasions that I actually use Toys Wonderland. 3 occasions where I'll buy from them. The first one is I'm a Trooper collector, and if you've been following their website at all, you'll notice that they offer Troopers at a drop-down deal. So typically they'll have the Trooper, at about $240 or whatever it is, a normal price, and then usually when it kind of gets released and it the hype is, the reviewers have it, and the likes of the different YouTube, the day one YouTube reviewers, when they have it up, the Toys Wonderland will kind of capitalize on the price. You'll notice it goes from a normal price or retail, it kind of spikes a bit because they're kind of capitalizing on that hype, and that's just capitalism, and they have a right to do that. But you will notice that, whereas on Sideshow it will always remain the same price. However, when the hype has died down, and it's usually like maybe a few weeks or a few months, depending on the figure, after its initial release, you'll notice the price will tank a lot of the times. So that's the first situation. So for example, that you had the Transport Trooper for $140. I think they were doing the Assault Tank Commander for $140. I missed out on that. And I think they did the Artillery Trooper for something like silly, like $108 or $128 or something like that. So these are, as a Trooper collector, these are that's one reason, that's one thing that I look out for them on. I would buy them, the Troopers, at drop down prices when they're doing that. Now bearing in mind their shipping, which I will get back to, is ridiculously expensive, but I'm based in Ireland, as I mentioned. If I buy a standard Trooper like the Stormtrooper Commander that's on sale there in a Sideshow, $220, probably the cheapest 1/6 scale figure you can get these days. That'll still cost me, it used to cost me $40 to get to Ireland. Now with inflation it's costing $50. So even though Toys Wonderland, their kind of shipping costs are silly, it's only an extra $20 for me. So it'd be like $70. So it's not as big as a shock for me. And also, if they're knocking $100 off the price, realistically you're saving $80. Like, that's a fact. The second situation I will use Toys Wonderland for is for the drop-down deals on overproduced figures. I'm talking about the Battle Damage Mark 85, which is like $456, I think, or $445, in around $440 on Sideshow. But then I got it for $256 on Toys Wonderland. So even if you pay $100 shipping, you're still saving like what? $100, but probably more because you factor in the Sideshow shipping. The Iron Patriot from Endgame, it's I think $469 Sideshow, but I got it for $230 on Toys Wonderland. So if you strike at the right time, you can absolutely save, like not just a few dollars, not just $10, $20, $30. You're talking like $50, $100, $150 if you strike at the right time. You do that for a few figures, you have enough to buy yourself a new like 2-pack or something like that. So again, there's the argument that you're not going to get the same customer service, because customer service from Sideshow is fantastic. I've dealt with them before. Something's missing, something broken, no questions asked, send a photo and they ship it to you. They don't ask for shipping costs. I've heard situations where Toys Wonderland send something out, it's the wrong thing or it's broken, but I can't comment on that because it's not my experience. I've never experienced that. I've had one bad experience, which I will explain, but in reality, in hindsight, it was actually a really good experience. So the third situation that I will actually use Toys Wonderland for is their payment plan. I'm a big fan of payment plans. I don't like throwing out 2 or 3 NRDs and then 3 figures drop on the same week or same day or whatever, and then I've got to pay like, $250 by 3, or if it's a diecast, $400. That's a non-runner for me. I like to break up those expensive payments over a few months. And Toys Wonderland actually offer payment plans through a third-party company called Partially. They're separate companies. Partially basically handles Toys Wonderland payment plans option. What I like about it is you have the option not only to, you can decide your own down payment or deposit, and you have the option then to the payment plan period. You can pay it off over like 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 12 months. So let's say if you've something for $500, maybe with Sideshow it'll be like 10 months by 50 or something like that. With partially, you can go, okay, I want to pay $200 today and I want to pay $50 a month for the next 6 months, or I want to pay $100 today and then $100 every month for the next 4 months. You know, you can do that. So that's the control I really like. So there are the three situations: drop down troopers, drop down overproduced figures, you know the ones I'm talking about, and the taking advantage of their partially payment plan. So there are three main situations that I would use them for. I'm just going to take a look and have a look at my notes now. Right, so what do I have on order with them? I'm literally just going to tell you everything I have on order with them. I'm not going to itemize, I'm going to tell you how many. So just to give you an idea, right, just to give you an idea of how often I would use these, I have bought 12 1/6 scale figures from them and one 1/6 scale vehicle, the Batpod. All of those I got for a better deal than Sideshow, and I think pretty much everyone else, because I would have cross-checked them all. Now granted, I had some points and I took advantage of like discount codes which I got. I will get to, and I will explain that, of course, and you know, using their payment plans, but I bought 12 figures off them and I've only had one bad experience which turned into a good experience, which I will explain. Currently I have 6 1/6 scale figures on pre-order with them, so I'm an ongoing current customer. I keep coming back for those deals. They're not perfect, but again, I will get to that as well. So I'm going to explain my negative experience with them really quick. So this is the one bad experience that I've had that stands out, but in hindsight wasn't that bad. So I ordered the Daft Toys Bane kit. That is, you know, Daft Toys, they're the only, I have 2 third parties in my collection and they are just fantastic. Like, they're the only 2, but I really like them, Daft Toys. So I ordered the Bane kit, not the stock market one, the regular Bane kit. And my plan was to get a Fison M35 because I saw Justin do that and I thought it would look way better than the Hot Toys one. I was really impressed by it. So I ordered it, had to pay it off, and then like when it went to ship, they basically sent me a tracking number. Didn't do anything, nothing happened. I contacted them and they said, oh yeah, it's lost. I was like, how can it be lost if you give me a tracking number? And I just thought it was a bit suspect. So I pressed them on and they said, yeah, it's actually lost. We're going to refund you, give you a 20% discount. Well, refund, you had to do that. You lost it, I paid for it. They refunded me, you know, my cost of the figure and my shipping, grand. Then they gave me a 20% discount code. And I was like, right, 20%, brilliant, I'm going to hang on to that one. You're not going to use it for a trooper, you're going to use it for a big batch. And then I was like, that's kind of not good enough, because at the time that was completely sold out. If you remember, that sold out I think twice, I believe. I ended up getting it on a buy sell trade group. However, at the time I couldn't get it, and I said, well, that's not good enough. Like, I ordered it with you, I paid for it, you know, I waited, and then, you know, you went and lost it, but you gave me a tracking number. Something's a bit suspect there, and I still didn't get to the bottom of it. However, I suggested, they kind of said, well, what do you want, or, you know, how can we fix this? And I said, well, you can send me a Remnant Trooper, because at the time it was just sold out, that Remnant Trooper that one of my favorite troopers, and it's sitting up on the shelf there. They didn't ask me to pay shipping. They didn't ask me, you know, to do anything else really. They just shipped it to me. So they refunded me, proper order, 20% discount code, you know, fair, but you did mess up. And then they sent me the Remnant Trooper and, you know, obviously paid for the shipping and everything. Now, I don't know what happened there. I don't know if they forgot they refunded me, but in the email thread, they literally said, we have refunded you. So that was maybe just them keeping me sweet, because I had ordered a few things with them. So they refund me, they send me a 20% discount code, and they send me a Remnant Trooper. Okay, I'm happy. I'm gonna go back to them. Right, so the 20% discount code, I'm thinking, right, it is pointless for me to just apply that to a standard trooper or a standard 6 scale, and even like a 2-pack. I was like, no, that's 20%. I'm gonna keep that ace up my sleeve until I need it. So now you're talking maybe like 18 months, 2 years ago at this stage. So the DX19 had been announced, the Batpod had been announced, the Boba Robot 2-pack, which is sitting right there, and the Mandalorian, the Ahsoka Tano, Mandalorian Rosario Dawson, you know, Ahsoka Tano and Grogu set. So they were all ones which basically, like, I didn't dopo them, but they were as good as, because in my head I was like, yeah, I'm getting them, that's going to happen. So I waited until they were all announced. I added them all to the cart, and I was like, right, this is the time I'm going to use the 20% discount code. I applied the discount code and nothing happened. It took 20%, not that nothing happened, it took 20% off the most expensive thing, which I think was the Boba Robot 2-pack. So I was thinking, no, this is a 20% discount code, not 20% thing off one thing. So we emailed customer services and I explained, look, you made a mistake before, you lost a package of mine, so you gave me a 20% discount. And now I'm applying it to, I have all these items added to my cart, but it's only taking 20% off the most expensive item. You said this is a 20% discount code. So I emailed back and forth, and every time I emailed, I got like a different person, which was frustrating. I had to explain the same thing over and over again, which was frustrating. They don't get back to you straight away. However, that's time zones. I mean, the earth is round. If you're at one side, it's daytime. You're at the other side, it's nighttime. So I think people need to kind of get over that a bit, like, you know. So if I email them now, I might get a response tomorrow because it's a time zone thing. So I had patience. That was fine. So. But yeah, every time someone got back to me, I had to kind of restart the conversation again and explain, which was frustrating. So eventually, after explaining the same thing about 4 or 5 times, which is one of the negative things about them, customer services did invoice me the total for the Boba Roba 2-pack, the DX19, the Bat Pod, and the Ahsoka, Tano, and Grogu. I've received all of them, obviously apart from the Rosario Dawson Ahsoka, and they invoiced me minus the 20% and allowed me to keep the other 20% discount code. That's fair. Bit of hassle, in fairness, sending emails back and forth, but like, let's face it, it's not stressful. It's an email, and I had to explain things a few times, but I would rather that the same thing, if I had a choice between never getting the 20% discount code and them never losing my Bane back in the day, or what actually happened when I got refunded and they gave me 20% off, sent me the Remnant Trooper, and now allowed me to use essentially the 20% discount code twice. I would rather them lose the Daft Toys exactly. I wouldn't change a thing. It played out brilliantly. So yeah, they invoiced me for the total minus the 20% and allowed me to keep the 20% discount code, which I went on to apply to the InArt Rooted Hair 2-pack, the Joker Rooted 2-pack. So it brought the price down to $724 from like $950 or something. So again, this is all good to me. So if you think of the 12 figures that I've actually ordered with them and that I have in hand, like, I got those kind of discounts on a lot of them from just using my points correctly, using my discount code. Like, I could have just ordered that big batch when it took the 20% off just the biggest item, the most expensive item. I could have went, ah, well, yeah, at least there's something, but I didn't. I hassled them. Now, a lot of people will argue, yeah, but you shouldn't have to do that. Yeah, but like, what is it? It's a few emails, like, realistically. So anyway, yeah, so they allowed me to keep the discount code and they took the 20% off. And this was before I had a YouTube channel, so I'm not getting any special treatment. It's just basically communicating with them. If you have an issue with them, go to customer services instead of going to Facebook and having like a rant. That's not going to help anything. You know, if you see a problem on the street, if you see like someone committing a crime, you're not going to go onto Facebook. You're going to, you're going to call the guards. You're going to call the police. So if you have a problem with them, contact customer services, and they all, in fairness, they always get back to me. But I might have to wait a bit because, you know, the time difference, and that's just geography. You can't change that. So yeah, just going to have a look at my notes again and see other points that I want to make. Yeah, their point system. There's 2 ways. Every time, it's kind of like Sideshow. Every time you spend with them, you get a certain amount of points, right? And then you can either apply those points directly to your cart and you'll be able to take some money off, or you can cash in your points for like a voucher. So I believe their conversion rate is every 200 Toys Wonderland points you build up, you get 12 cents. Now that's not 12 cent euro or dollars, that's 12 cent Hong Kong dollars, so that's significantly lower. But the other day, I got an email from them saying your points due to expire. I had like something like, I don't know, 100,000 points or 111,000 points or something like that, and they're due to expire. So I went onto the site and I was like, what are my options here? Logged into Toys Wonderland, into my profile, went to points, saw the points, and I converted them to a voucher, which worked out as 70 euro. Now it actually said like 550 euro, but that's a glitch in the system. I think that 550 actually means dollars, so it doesn't do the conversion right. It has it in dollars, but the euro sign is there. But when I actually worked out, it's 70 euro. But 70 euro, that's like nearly $80. Like that's a big voucher. And I applied that. I added a standard 1/6 scale figure to my cart. I think it was the Endgame Black Widow. It's $188. Sure enough, it took the 70 off it. I didn't get it. It was just an experiment because I wanted to make sure that it wasn't like 70 euro when you spend over 1,000, because I'm never going to spend over 1,000 with them. So yeah, look, I'm just going to sum up this video now. I'm going to go through some pros and cons. So pros, cheap deals. when you follow their, you have to keep an eye on their site. You have to keep an eye on their site and see the kind of the flow of things. Typically what I notice is they'll have it priced when it first gets announced. The price peaks when the FOMO kicks in, when the figure actually is released, because they want to cash in the FOMO, and then usually it tanks a few months later, usually when Sideshow get their stock, although Sideshow are getting their stuff quicker now. But that's the trend I've noticed. Like a lot of people, I know that Joao from Big Brother's reviews, he was saying that like by the time he actually gets his Snowspeeder Luke, it's going to be like $50 cheaper now. So yeah, cheap deals is one thing. They're quick when they do actually ship. You get it DHL in a few days. The huge DHL, which I like because you can kind of customize your delivery, leave it with a neighbor or something like that. The tracking's pretty good as well. And then the points and reward system I actually think is pretty good, kind of like Sideshow. Cons: their shipping costs are still very high. Their customer service, it can be slow, but I think a lot of that's to do with a time difference. They need to be kept on task. This I don't like. I found that big order I was talking about, the one that they knocked 20% off because the discount code didn't work and all that kind of stuff. I felt that I had to remind them, by the way, Boba Fett and Roba Fett, the 2-pack has been, and that's been released, and it's been months. Why haven't you shipped it? I don't like that. That's not cool. They need to up their game there. Now, the next part, everything I've described in this video so far has been fact. However, this little bit's a bit of speculation. I don't know if this is true, so disclaimer here. Apparently what they do, apparently what people are saying they're doing is they take your money, the true retail, and then they wait to buy it cheaper in China when the price drops down a bit, and then they sell it, they send it over to you. So they keep your original money and they've actually got the figure cheaper. Now, look, if it is, that's just business, but yeah, I don't like having to keep them on task. I feel like I have to remind them sometimes, hey, by the way, I've ordered this, I paid for shipping, it's been months, it's released, it's been a few, where is it? I don't like that. That's a con and they need to sort that out. Yeah, that's pretty much it. In conclusion, am I still going to continue to buy off them? Yes, but I'm not loyal to them. I'm not tied to them. If they offer me the figure, brand new, cheaper than everyone else, again, factoring in their shipping costs and factoring in their the points I have with them, or if they're doing any discounts. So I take it on a case by case basis. So when they come up trumps, after I've cross-checked with all the other sites, with Sideshow, with Toys Buying Agent, Lion Rock Toys, obviously Toys Wonderland, if I've checked on eBay, checked the secondary markets, if they still come out cheaper, if they're offering it cheaper, I'm still going to go with them. It just makes logical sense. It's money. If you can save a few bucks here and there, these are expensive figures, why wouldn't I? However, they do need to improve certain things. It'd be great if they could sort out their shipping costs, get those like prices. You need tracked shipping for cheaper prices, basically. And their customer service could be, I can't give out saying that they're slow, but they need to be kept on task. But I think maybe that's because apparently they're a very small operation with dealing with large volumes, but maybe they need to employ a few more staff. So look, that's pretty much it. In conclusion, it's not an endorsement of them, and I think I've given a fairly balanced overview of them. They're not perfect, they could definitely improve, but there's definitely deals and savings to be made, and that's my kind of final word on that. If you've still watching the video, very much appreciate it. If you're one of the 801 subscribers, thank you very much. If you want to support the channel, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. Let me know if you've used them or not, and let me know if your experience was a positive or negative. Try to keep the comments not salty. I don't mind if you disagree with me, but I really appreciate when people write in the comment and they disagree with me, but they say, look, I've watched your video, I appreciate your video, however, I disagree with you on this. I love that because people go through the effort of explaining that they just have a difference of opinion and they're not being toxic, which is, we can't always agree. That's pretty much it. See you in the next one. Good luck.